All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh my God, it's 2025. Can you believe that? That year flew by. And I'm so glad it did. I've been waiting for New Year. Listen, I'm kind of a bah humbug Scrooge when it comes to Christmas and stuff. It just gets so hectic and chaotic that it's just like, ugh. But when it comes to New Year's, oh my God, I love New Year's. I feel like it's a huge reset. I love the new energy, all of it. It's my favorite holiday. This video, upon your request, and I'm so glad that y'all voted in this direction because this is where I was headed anyway, so it worked out perfect. I put the different options in the poll to see what you all would want to, chop it up about first, and y'all chose in the direction I wanted to go anyway, so I always get what I want. It's fine. Which is perfect because I want to go over it with y'all. And I think that this is going to serve you guys really, really well. Like, truly. I really do think so. This video will be called Turn Resistance into Fuel. You are the assigner. This is going to touch bases more on polarity. For those of you that was interested in polarity, and why I want to introduce polarity into this is because I want to tell you all about turning your negative energy into fuel for your manifestation. Yes, negative energy as in negative circumstances, negative thoughts, doubts, worries, fears, concerns. We've talked about this before in prior videos, but I want to reiterate it to you all once more because we're going to move into more deliberate manifesting, of course, because that's what the channel is about. But there's something that I am going to introduce to you all, but I want to lay it out for you in this way. Now, I put these other papers here, but they are for the other videos, which is why we're starting with this one. Okay, again, it is going to all flow together. If you have not watched my videos in order, I highly recommend it. Each video bridges the gap to the next. If you've watched one and you're wondering for more, I promise you if you watch the next video, it will click more. And by the time you catch up to where we are, it'll give more resonance. Not to mention if you are doing the phases, which is the 21 day of 4 phase challenge. That's what I've officially labeled it as. It is the 21 days of 4 phases, because each phase we're going to do for 21 days. You may think that that is excessive. However, you have been programmed for umpteen years. I don't know how old you are, but however old you are while watching this, it's been a while. So your programming is set in that way, and these 21 days of deliberate focus through your awareness is going to benefit you more than the programming that you've set, especially through all 4 phases. First phase that we're in now is conviction. And more than likely, as we go through all of these, you're going to understand more why the first phase is conviction. You need that. Okay? All right. Again, turn resistance into fuel. You are the assigner. Turn your resistance into fuel. You are the assigner. Resistance is often seen as a block, something to overcome or eliminate. But what if resistance is simply energy? We've discussed this. When you think of a negative emotion, or as far as a negative circumstance or doubts, fears, and worries, I don't want you to clench or hold on tight to that like, oh my God, I'm messing up. Relax. I don't know who told you all that you have to be perfect, but it doesn't feel comfortable when you're trying to be perfect because you're already perfect. That contradicting energy when you are trying to force yourself to be perfect, it's like a like a feeling that you feel in your gizzard when you're trying to force yourself to be perfect. It's because you are contradicting yourself. You are already perfect. I need y'all to understand that. Who you are is perfect already. You are perfect just as you are for the receiving of your desire. Maybe you should say that to yourself. I am perfect just as I am for the receiving of my desires. Okay? The reason I say that is because I make these videos to tiptoe around your logic. I am feeding you the whys and the hows so that we can satisfy the logic while also introducing you to the creative side. If I can satisfy your logic, I can get you to kind of pay more attention over here. That is the whole purpose of the entire channel. Your logic is nosy, and I understand that. So is mine. I feed you the whys and the hows because I like them too. It satisfies my logic. It makes me feel comfortable, and it builds more conviction within me to go ahead and use my creative side. I hope y'all got that. A current of polarity waiting for direction. Let's just start over. Resistance is often seen as a block, something to overcome or eliminate. But what if resistance is simply energy, a current of polarity waiting for direction? Much like a battery, we've discussed this. Battery, if the positive is present, that means a negative is there as well. Because that energy, in order for it to be created, there has to be two ends of the stick. Abraham Hicks talks about that. There's two ends to every stick. To every subject, there are two ends. Much like a battery that relies on both positive and negative charges to create power, resistance holds the potential to fuel your manifestation. When you realize you are the assigner, you are the assigner because you are the only person that can direct your awareness. Awareness, which is the thing that allows you to see, smell, taste, touch, feel, and hear. Feel and touch are the same, but you get what I'm saying. Your awareness is the very essence that allows you to be able to do those things. That is what I'm talking about when I say awareness. Look up awareness. That's what I mean. That essence, that is God. It's in everything. And when you place it on something, when you focus it on something, through repetition, we've discussed this, and you build momentum through repetition, it must manifest. It is a law. Like gravity is a law. We don't sometimes float up. Y'all gonna get sick of me saying that, but through repetition, I am building a momentum which is satisfying your logic, which will make it click for you. I don't care if I have to say it until I'm blue in the face. All right? Key point 1. Resistance is energy, not opposition. Polarity and the battery analogy. A battery works because of polarity, the presence of both a positive and a negative charge. Similarly, resistance, negative emotions, doubts, or challenges is simply one side of a current, and the positive potential is always present as its counterpart. We talked about this, y'all. If you are thinking of something negative, or if you feel negative, or if a negative emotion is there, stop beating yourself up for feeling that way. Stop beating yourself up because it's there. I want you to stop and take a moment and realize that, like a battery, if that negative end is there, the only way this battery, this current can work, and you know how it's working because you can feel it. That current you feel in your gizzard, in your gut, in the tightness, whatever you feeling within your body when you get nervous about something, that current, that is energy. And the only reason it is there and you can feel it and label it as negative is because that means there is a polar opposite that is there too. You're just not focused on that end. You're focused on the end where it feels bad. And I am telling you that means that a positive energy also exists. It can't feel like shit if the positive side didn't exist too. The battery don't work if the positive side don't exist too. Use it. And we're going to get into how to do so. is simply one side of a current, and the positive potential is always, not sometimes, always present as its counterpart. It's always there. You got to choose it. Resistance isn't against you. It's energy that needs direction. Resistance is not your enemy. You make it your enemy. Resistance is not your enemy. I get excited about resistance. I'm going through something right now that we're not even going to discuss about because it doesn't matter that I've already directed my focus somewhere else to. I'm going to use that energy. Trust me. And I'm okay. All is well. It ain't nothing major like that. It's just that I've experienced some frustrating energy, some emotions that I didn't care for, and I sent them where I wanted them to go. And I'm cool with that. And so is God. He knows my intent. Awareness knows my intent. And excuse me for saying he, I don't like to put or he or she on it. This is an energy thing. This is not a sex thing. Resistance, again, isn't against you. It's energy that needs direction. You assign its meaning and decide whether it becomes a block or a fuel source. I want you to think of everything you feel as a fuel source. I don't care if it feels good or bad. It's all fuel. It's just gasoline. Fuel your car. Where do you want it to go? Put the gas in your car, and then I want you to point the car south or point the car north, point it east, point it west, point it wherever you want it to go. But it has to be where you want it to go. Okay? Metaphysical insight. Energy is neutral. We've talked about this. I got a video on neutrality. Neutrality equals power. All right. What we call resistance, power comes from energy. What we call resistance, this ChatGPT now. What we call resistance only becomes an obstacle if you assign it that role. Because you're the assigner. It takes your awareness to assign something a meaning. You need awareness to do that. You can only create the assignment of something because you were aware of it being that assignment. By understanding that resistance is just a current, you can consciously reassign it to work in your favor because you're just that powerful. Biblical alignment. Now, I'm going to say this because I know that I have people on here again that are naturally Christian. Like myself, who grew up in a Christian background. My grandmother used to take us to church on Sundays, okay? So some of these things I'm going to reference to the Bible just for the sake of comprehension. And again, because some of your logic comes from your religion too. And I know that. So here we are. James 1, verse 2 through 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. One thing about me, I'm going to persevere. And it's because I already know how this works. You could put me anywhere as long as I have my brain. I promise you I'll be all right. I want you to be like that. I want you to get there. Resistance strengthens your conviction when you use it as a tool for growth rather than a reason to stop. You all let resistance put you so much in a chokehold to the point where you're so into the resistance that you forgot all about what you was focusing on in the first place. You get so caught up in the trying to figure it out. So caught up in the, well, maybe I should say it like this, or maybe that's not enough. Maybe I should say 36 times, or maybe I should so-and-so. See how your awareness is all over there? Maybe I should this, maybe I should that. And your desire over here like, well, what about me? Or maybe I should this, and maybe I should that. And your desire like, but what about me? I'm over here. You worried about that, but I'm over here. Do you understand? You over here with all the trials and tribulations and different rules and limits and all this stuff that you put in your mind that you want to say. If I don't say it like this, then it's not going to happen. And I got to do it exactly like this because you think that you need to be perfect. And I already told you, you're already perfect. If you got awareness and you can be aware, then you are already perfect because God made you in its image. In awareness, sweetheart, is perfect. Okay? Resistance strengthens your conviction when you use it as a tool for growth rather than a reason to stop. Again, Key point 2, the role of awareness in assigning meaning. Again, you are the assigner. Awareness, your I am, is the creative force behind everything. It is in everything. It's in the paper. You know why? Because the person that invented paper, before there was paper, got an idea. Ideas come from your mind. Guess what else it takes in order to have an idea? Awareness. All right? Again, awareness, your I am, is the creative force behind everything. Resistance only becomes bad if you label it that way. Instead of reacting to resistance with frustration or fear, pause and ask yourself, what is this energy revealing to me? This shift in perspective transforms resistance into a guide rather than an enemy. Neutralizing the negative charge. I want to go back for a minute. This shift in perspective transforms resistance into a guide rather than an enemy. Consider your resistance a guide. It's just saying, hey, what you want me to do with this? You want to keep it, or you want me to put it somewhere else? Yeah, I know it don't feel good, but what you want me to do with it? You want to hold on to it, or you want me to move it elsewhere? That's all. That's it. Or, hey, you back over here again. Now's a good time to kind of direct me somewhere else. It's just guidance. Stop being afraid of it too. It's you. Those of y'all that are afraid of yourselves, stop it. They're your thoughts. They're your emotions. Who are you afraid of? Who else in there but you? It's you. It's your brain. You gotta make more peace with yourselves. These things should not have you all tied and hemmed up. And I know that maybe what I'm saying is like, again, probably easier said than done, because you can only hear me from where you are consciously, and I comprehend that. I get it so well to the point where sometimes it feel like I'm just like, do y'all hear me when I'm saying that this shit is easy? Like, or do it all just sound like blah, blah, blah? I don't know. Anyway, again, neutralizing the negative charge. Recognize that in any negative emotional reactivity is simply part of the current. That's it. By assigning positive meaning or redirecting focus to your desired outcome, you neutralize the charge and use the energy to move forward. You use it in your favor instead. Key point number 3, turning resistance into fuel. Resistance highlights desire. And I'm so sorry for all these cars. It's New Year's. Everybody and their mama are either trying to get home or going wherever they're going. I myself just came from bartending, but I wanted to get this video out because I've been thinking about this video all day. But I knew I had to do extra work and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I got to get this out. All right. So it'll be the first video of the year. How exciting. Resistance highlights desire. Resistance often arises because of a strong desire. Instead of seeing it as a block, recognize it as an indicator of what you want. Use this. You are a deliberate creator. Deliberate. And there are no limits. Use that to your advantage. How can you get creative within your mind to think in a way that not only sounds convincing, but is satisfying to your nervous system, to your psyche, something that both your mind and your heart knows coherently. This is why I utilize the affirmation, I know it like I know my name. That affirmation serves you because you know your name. That is a heart and mind coherent thing. These are the ways that I want you to kind of reach inside of yourself using who you already are. Not trying to be somebody else, but based on who you already are, your perfect self, you right now. How can you creatively, I don't want to say tiptoe for lack of a better word, but tiptoe around your logic to where it benefits you so that you can actually easily and, softly, gently, in a soothing way, focus on what you prefer instead. You got to find a way to maneuver this. But only you know that, because you know how you function. You know how you work. I'm not telling you to change. I'm telling you to use your creative side, your deliberate creative side, based on who you already are right now. You know yourself better than anybody else. At least you should. Again, resistance often arises because of a strong desire. Instead of seeing it as a block, recognize it as an indicator of what you want. Example, if you feel resistance around money, it's pointing to your desire for financial freedom. Focus on the freedom, not the lack. Channeling emotional reactivity. Use the energy of resistance to affirm or visualize with greater intensity. Okay? And not that I want you to muster up the intensity. The intensity is already there because you're feeling resistance about something. Now is the perfect time to focus that energy. I don't care what you feel like. We got to change our reality. You're going to have to put your big girl panties and your big boy boxers on, or Bruce, whatever the hell, and do what you got to do in order to place your focus despite how that may feel. If you want to really see a change, I'm telling you, this is what I did. And the more you do it and the more you see shit actually come from it, you'll stop trying to manage every little thing because you're so worried about, if I feel this way, I'm going to mess up my manifestation. You will chuck that. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to throw that shit in the trash because it is hindering you. I was just there. I was just there a few weeks ago prior to revisiting my channel and making my videos again. I was just there. I threw it away and here we are. I want you to throw it away too. I want you to come over here where I'm at so you can play. For real out here. Like, let's really have some fun. Because it get fun. And you calm. You confident out here. I'm easy. Like Sunday morning. I promise. All right. So, let's see. I get so passionate, I be losing my spot. I hope y'all don't get frustrated with me. Like, girl, get with it. Okay, resistance becomes fuel when you consciously redirect the current into production action. Metaphysical science of energy flow. My SP again, pulling up with his damn music. Resistance becomes fuel when you consciously redirect the current into productive action. Again, example. If you feel frustration, channel that energy into statements like, this frustration shows me how much I care. I reassign it the role of propelling me forward. Metaphysical science of energy flow. Energy flows where attention goes. Wherever your attention goes, your awareness goes. And wherever awareness goes, the creative energy that creates everything flows. You got that? Energy flows where attention goes. Wherever your attention goes, awareness goes. And awareness is the essence that creates everything. Therefore, the energy that is that creative energy that creates everything is also flowing where your attention is going. Because awareness is within that attention. The only way you can pay attention is because of awareness. You need awareness to pay attention. And what you pay attention to costs. It's either going to cost you what you want and cost you what you don't. What are you using your awareness on? That's your currency. Where are you placing it? What are you buying with it? What are you purchasing? What are you placing God on? By assigning resistance as a tool for your growth, you allow it to serve you instead of working against you. Okay? Use resistance as a tool. This is the best thing I could tell you right here, I promise. This aligns with the principle of transmutation. transforming the state into another through focused awareness. Key point 4, the power of polarity. Polarity guarantees the positive exists. It guarantees it, y'all. It guarantees. I just told you, a battery, that current that you feeling, that negative emotion that you feel, you can't feel that if the positive not there. It guarantees. It say guarantees, and look at this paper. It say guarantees in all caps, y'all. ChatGPT said that. You see that? Guarantees it. Polarity guarantees that the positive exists. Get excited about that. Because if the positive exists, you can use that energy. That means it's all just energy. And you can redirect that negative and push it more forward to the positive side of the stick, to the positive side of the battery. Did you get that? Do you understand that? I'm lit right now. New Year's is my favorite holiday. Y'all know I could talk about this all damn day. I'm a little sleepy, so I might be a little bit delirious too. But shoot, it's 2 a.m. Let's do it. Again, polarity guarantees in all caps. The positives exist. All caps, but no cap. If negativity or resistance is present, so is its positive counterpart. Just like a battery cannot function without both poles. That energy cannot make you feel the way you feel without both poles. You wouldn't feel it. You only feel it because it's a current. You only feel it because that current is an energy. Example, if you're experiencing fear, the possibility of courage is already present. The negative charge shows where your focus can shift. Biblical insight. Romans 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Even what feels like resistance works for your benefit when you align with your awareness and reassign its meaning. Key point 5, practical tools to reassign resistance. Ask empowering questions. This is your life. This is a bond between you and you. How you create is based on you. The rules based on you. You assign a meaning to everything. It's all based on you because you have awareness flowing through you just like everything and everybody else because it's all based on you. So you can ask empowering questions. When resistance arises, ask yourself things like this. How can I use this energy to align with my desire? Example, if doubt surfaces, use it to affirm. This doubt reminds me of my power to choose belief. Or this doubt means that money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I don't care what you choose. I can't tell you what to create. I'm not the creator of your reality. You are. I can't tell you what to do. You got to do that on your own. You can assign to me if you got fear in your gut right now and you want it to mean what it means and you keep using it over and over again, I promise you that energy it got to create. It has to. You keep directing the focus of it where it goes. And in order to do that, it takes awareness, and awareness is the thing that creates. Awareness comes from focus. It takes awareness to focus. It's all like intertwined with each other. Okay? 2, flip the charge. Identify the positive aspect of the resistance. See what the examples are. If you feel overwhelmed, recognize it as a call to simplify and refocus. If you feel doubt, see it as an opportunity to build conviction. I like that. Number 3, visualize the battery itself. I like that too. Imagine your resistance as the negative charge of a battery. Then visualize the positive charge already present. I love that. That is a very nice training wheel. If you know what a battery looks like, or if you don't have one, carry one if you can. And even if it's a small little AAA. Oh, I hate when my car does that. No copyrights. Hell no. I will not have to re-upload this again. No. That was All My Life by Casey and JoJo. Don't give me no damn copyright. It ain't my damn music. Come on now, YouTube. But yes, imagine your resistance as the negative charge of a battery. Then visualize the positive charge already present, fueling your desires. I would carry a little battery in my purse if I was y'all. And every time I feel something negative, I would look at that negative end, but then say, you know what? If I'm feeling you right here, that means, yeah, I would use that. This mental image reinforces the idea that resistance is part of the process, not a block to it. That's a very good visualization. I like that a lot. Number 4, affirm new assignments. Examples: this resistance is my guide. It shows me what matters most. I assign this energy to my success. Again, you can assign whatever. I can't tell you how to do it. Your creativity and how you want to create your reality is solely based on you. You are the creator. I can't tell you what to do with that. You got to get creative for yourself. And again, this is based on who you are. Work around who you are already, not who you're trying to be and force yourself to be. No, who you are already is perfect for the receiving of everything you desire. Conclusion: resistance as mastery. Mastery isn't about avoiding resistance, but learning to use it. Resistance is a sign of life, energy, and desire. You only feel those things because you want something more. And in order to get you to nudge, to get you to move, certain circumstances, see it like that, certain circumstances, doubts, worries, fears, and concerns may come up to kind of poke at you, because it's like, hey, I know you can't possibly like this. And you're sitting in it and you're still here. I need you to focus somewhere else. And eventually, you get tired of not feeling good. It's just jabbing at you. I want you to just poking and poking. And eventually, all that poking and stuff, you start to focus elsewhere. Eventually. And a lot of you do it by default. I'm teaching you to do it on purpose. If you're getting that nagging and that poking constantly because you are in something that you do not prefer, you are currently living a reality you do not prefer. See that nagging, that feeling, those doubts, those worries, those fears. Don't see them as nagging, actually. I know that they can be annoying, and you being in them can feel like crazy. Trust me, I done been through some shit, so I know. I get it, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at my facial expression just then when saying it, because I know the shit that I've been through for real. Y'all, despite it all though, you can still use that energy and put it towards what you want. It takes focus, and as hard as it may seem to do in the time of need and desperation, and it's the work to do. You got to cultivate you some heaven within and choose this stuff. And if you can't, you choose it anyway, because it's all energy. I'm teaching you that this is all energy for those people who can't cultivate heaven within right now. So you're just going to have to put all your faith in your awareness and say, Father, you're going to have to do this for me because I can't. I'll choose it, but you got to do the rest. This is all I have. A mustard seed of faith. That's all you need. This is all I got. You say, if I focus you here, that's what I'm going to do. I feel like shit right now, but I'm focused on what I want. You got to do the rest. That's all I got. And surrender. I promise you it's going to be all right. You just got to keep choosing. You got to choose and pick it over and over. You got to choose it more than you're choosing to feel what you don't want to feel. You got to choose it more than you choose to complain while feeling what you don't want to feel, to validate feeling why you feel how you feel. You got to do it more than you do that. You got to put the momentum on the side where you want to go. You got to speed it up over there and slow it down over here. We've already discussed that in a prior video as well. Repetition builds momentum. You know that. Again, mastery isn't about avoiding resistance, but learning to use it. Resistance is a sign of life, energy, and desire. It's the negative charge of the battery. When you recognize your role as the assigner, Resistance becomes a powerful ally in your journey. By embracing resistance as part of the current, you step into your role as the creator of your reality. By embracing resistance, not fighting it, but accepting it as accept it for what it is. You upset, you upset. You mad, you mad. You afraid, you afraid. You scared, you scared. By embracing this resistance as part of the current, you step into your role as the creator of your reality. Polarity guarantees, in all caps I showed you, that where resistance exists, so does its positive counterpart. You can't feel it if that positive part wasn't there. With awareness, you can flip the charge, turning resistance into fuel for your desires. With awareness, you can flip the charge, turning resistance into fuel for your desires. It just takes a simple adjustment in perspective, which is what I hope I did for you here today. And just a slight little shift in focus. That's it. Just a little bit of focus, a little bit of fuel. Key takeaways. Resistance is not the enemy. It's energy waiting for direction. Assign it the role of propelling you forward, and it will. You're the assignment. If you assign resistance the role of propelling you forward through your awareness, it must be so. Awareness doesn't argue or question. It simply creates what is assigned to it. This has been the Turn Your Resistance into Fuel video, because you are the assigner. And I hope that I made that very clear. It is New Year's. I'm about to go spend time with my SB and mind my business. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your evening. First video of the year. I'm so excited. There's so much more in store, and we got 2 more videos already in store that will follow this video. Kind of goes hand in hand with each other. Again, it will help bridge more gaps that will allow you to build more conviction, and hopefully you are applying what I'm teaching so that you can see the results for yourself. All right, have a good one.